Hi guys, Daz at Race Centre here. Here we have an MT10. This one is an SP 2022 model. And if you have one of these bikes, you really should consider getting this done. The throttle maps standard leave a little bit to be desired. They're okay, but really the power delivery can be a little bit jerky and it's not as intuitive as it should be. With the Race Centre developed NJ84 throttle maps, really makes a massive difference to the power delivery, smoothness, the control that you have. It's extremely intuitive and it's exactly how you'd want the power delivery to be. Standard, they are a bit jaggedy in terms of how they deliver power. I don't know why they do that standard. It's a bit puzzling, to be honest. But with a proper throttle map, it really smooths out the power delivery and puts you ultimately in control. So that when you're picking up the throttle in the middle of the turn and then winding it all the way on the exit and driving it off the turn, it just makes such a difference. It makes the bike so much easier to ride. Because you're in control of the power, you actually put the power to the ground in the way that you want to. You really do feel like you have a lot more control over the bike. And these days, with the way that we have electronic throttles or ride-by-wire throttles, especially the ones that are fully ride-by-wire, whereas they don't have any cables at all, you can kind of lose that, or we've kind of lost that feel of what a nice normal cable would feel like. With these NJ84 throttle maps, it's not only bringing that feeling back, it's better again. Because of the way that we manage the power delivery and the bike's torque, it really puts you in control of the engine's power delivery. It's kind of like one of those things, if you haven't sampled it before, you kind of don't know what you're missing out on, but it is a massive, massive difference. Be aware of imitations. There's tunes and then there's proper tunes. With these type of bikes, so particularly the later generation Yamahas, if you're getting your bike tuned and you're only addressing the fuel tuning side, that's not the way to do it. These bikes need a proper ECU reprogram or remap and to address the throttle maps and the power delivery. That's where it is. So all your engine modes, you know, power 1, 2, 3, 4, that's your throttle maps. That's controlling the relationship between the twist grip and the throttle plates. And as I said, standard, they leave a little bit to be desired. The NJ84 maps, we've developed them completely in-house here at Race Centre through years and years of R&D. And as I said, the power, the connection with the throttle and the engine, it's just unbelievable. And you're sort of doing yourself a disjustice if you have one of these bikes and you don't get this upgrade, because it really makes the bike so much more fun to ride. And, you know, as I said, it gives you a lot more confidence with the bike as well. On top of that, we addressed the throttle maps. We then have given this bike a tune as well, so your traditional fuel tune. This one has an Akrapovic exhaust system on it. We made significant power gains, especially through the mid-range and even on places like 40% throttle, so much more punch. That coupled with the nice smooth power delivery, while it's got a lot more power, it's actually a lot easier to ride and use as well. So when you just want a little bit, when you want to cruise, the bike responds, no jerkiness, none of that stuff that they do standard, just really nice and smooth. You can hold just a nice cruising speed on the road, wind on a little bit of throttle if that's all you want, that's what you'll get. And then if you want a bit of a burst, you can give it a go and you'll get that as well. And you'll get a lot more because it's been tuned properly. So as I said, if you have one of these things, this is something you definitely want to get done. We have a few options that we can deliver it to you. You can bring your bike into us here at Race Centre and either get a load-in map or a full custom tune like this bike, or you can mail in your ECU to us, so we can then get your ECU and we'll put the new throttle maps in it. Or we do have an option where we can do it remotely for you. We send you out a kit, you connect that kit to your bike, and then we log on to your PC virtually for you so that we load in the map for you. So that can be done as well. So there's 3 options to get that in. You can get just the throttle map remap, which is the biggest part. So with these bikes, you know, traditionally, you know, there's always this talk about you must get a tune, you must get a tune. With this bike and these type of bikes, the biggest thing is the throttle map. You need to get that sorted out. That's 70% of the deal. So you can select just to get that. If you've got a, for example, got a standing exhaust and you want to leave the emissions standard, you can do that. Changing the throttle maps does not change at all the emissions. So you can just get the new throttle maps and that will really smooth out the power delivery. Or you can get the throttle maps and then select a tune on top of that. So as I said, if you've got one, something you really need to consider.